To start the two-way syncing process from OpenDental to GHL, first we will need to install our demo GHL applications from GHL. The application marketplace option will give us this UI. From clicking on the install button, we will be able to get this pop-up where we will select the required locations, and here is the checkbox available where we can select for the future installation. So by allowing this, we will be able to give the permissions to have the access. So in future, if another location has been added to this particular agency or the sub account, then we will not be have to do the separate setup for that particular newly added location. By clicking the continue button, we will get this UI where we will allow and install. This will install our application in the GHL, and here we have the UI where we will have the link. By copying the link, and here it's written that copy this URL and paste it while creating a custom menu link in your GHL account. So we also have a configuration GHL guide added in our application. So all the steps provided here will following this, we will be able to create the custom menu links, and from here we will get the GHL link. Once we redirect to the GHL application, by clicking on the settings option and going to the custom menu link, we will have this create new option wherein there is an option to select any icon. Selecting an icon and adding the title for our custom menu link, we will have the sync OpenDental name. Then we will paste the URL which we just copied from the application UI. Here our application will be loaded in the iframe. Selecting this bullet button, and here sidebar presence, it will have the sub account sidebar, and then selecting the account. So if I select all, then it will allow all the locations to have the custom menu link. Going down, we have the role based visibility. So we will here also we will have the allowance for all, and giving the permission for microphone and camera. Saving this will add the custom menu link to all the locations we just created. And now we will go to one particular location. Here I am selecting the backbone one. Going to here, we will get the custom menu link which we just created for the sync OpenDental. Clicking on this, it will redirect to our application. Here it's asking for the registration, so we will have the registration added. So here my registration has been completed, and using that I will be able to log in to our application, and this is our dashboard. So we will have the alerts here for configuration and syncing. Starting the synchronization process, we will have to follow few steps here. In this first steps, it's asking us to add the developer key and customer key. So once we click on this, we will have the view for adding the customer key and developer key. Okay, so here we will paste the customer key, and below adding the developer key. So here we have added the tips that the OpenDental server time zone. Please ensure that the DHL location has the same time zone as of your OpenDental server. So here we are supposed to select the time zone which we have added in our GHL location. So for this, the backbone planning partners is our location, so we will have to select the time zone accordingly. So for now the time zone is IST, so I am selecting the Indian Standard Time. Here we also have the tips for the customer developer key. So on clicking this, we will be redirected to our user guide, which contains all the detailed descriptions of how and from where we are supposed to have the setups of the developer key and customer key. Coming back to our view again, so here once we click the submit button, it will take us to the second step wherein we are supposed to have the module setup. So here we have the patient and appointment setup. Once we go back to the dashboard, the earlier two alerts which were asking us to have the setup for the developer key and customer key has been vanished, as we have already set up for this, and now we have the setup required for the modules, wherein which modules we are supposed to sync from the OpenDental to GHL and vice versa. So on clicking to please select the module, we will be redirected back to this modules view, wherein when I select the patient, I am supposed to select the date from where the patient we need to select from the OpenDental. So if I select the date from January 2024, then it will sync all the patient of that particular OpenDental clinic are created after that particular date. So this has been selected from 24th 1st Jan. Once selecting the appointments, we are supposed to map the OpenDental operatories of that particular clinic to the GHL calendars. So here I am doing the same. So the operatories which are being binded here are all the operatories I have in my OpenDental account, and the calendars which we have in the drop down is calendars generated in my particular location of the Go High level. Coming back to our applications, here we have added the tips wherein we are supposed to make sure that the calendar which are mapped to the particular operatory should be according to the mapping required for that particular calendar to have the appointments being synced. Otherwise it will not work as accordingly for the appointments created for that particular location. So on clicking this, we will complete the particular locations setup, and we are now ready to have all the syncing process started. So in the dashboard for now there is no syncing pending or any other modules, appointments or patients or providers being added. So once the syncing process starts, so we have the background service running. Once it's started, then all the data will be synced here. While the service are running, firstly when the service runs, the initial sync will be done. So all the files will be uploaded to our SFTP, and then it will be added to our database, and all the data for the patients, appointments and provider added till date from the start time where we just edit. So the patients created after January 2024 as we selected while selecting the modules will be added in the file and then added to the database for going to the GHL and added there, and the appointments generated after the current for now will be added in the appointments, and the providers till date also will be added to GHL. So let's check. Okay, the service has been run, and 15 patients are in a queue for being synced to the GHL, 3 appointments and 6 providers. So once our GHL syncing job runs, service runs, then it will be synced, and the numbers which have been synced will be added to the patients, appointments and provider here in this particular option. Okay, so let's have the view in our OpenDental. So for the patients which we have the count as 15. So here going to the OpenDental and having the 15 patients viewed here. Then coming to the appointments, we have 3 appointments. So on the 29th date we have 2, and the other one is on the 23rd, which are our future appointments. And coming to the providers, we have here in the list, so we have 6 providers as well listed here. Now let's see, our already GHL service has been run, so the appointments, patients and the provider has been synced or not. Okay, so having the numbers in the sync row, we have 15 patients synced to GHL, 3 appointments and provider. Here we have also the error option. If in case any appointment, patient or the provider has not been synced, then it will be displayed in here the number of appointments, but for now it's been successful and the all the patient, provider and appointments has been synced. Let's have the view in the GHL. Clicking on the contacts, we will have all the 15 number of patients in here for the particular location. Backbone planning, going to the calendars here and going to the appointments, we have 3 appointments sync as well. If we want to view it in the calendars view, then also we will be able to view it. Hold on, just it's loading. Okay, so here the providers has also been loaded. So on 23rd for the Daniel White, we have 1 appointment. Okay, so it's been synced. On clicking here, we will get the details and also the notes which are being added there. Test note, it's the test note, so it's displayed here, the note as well. Now coming to 29th, on 29th we have for the Emily Taylor 1 appointment. Yeah, it's been done. And 1 we added for the Olivia Collin. Yeah, it's for Daniel White, so it's been added here. 3 appointments has been displayed. Okay, now coming to the providers, clicking on the settings option and going to the my staff. Okay, we got all the providers here which we just synced from the Open Dental. So our one-way syncing from Open Dental to GHL has been successfully completed here. Now we will add 1 appointment and 1 patient so that we can test the second way sync from GHL to Open Dental. So going back to our view and creating 1 patient from here. Okay, adding here. Now coming down and creating to save. So it just created 1 patient here. Now as our service run for the second way, this will be added to Open Dental. Till then let's create the calendar from. Okay, going to the appointments, new appointments. So here we are adding the appointments under the calendar Dr. Daniel White. Appointments title, text, appointment, calendar, team member Daniel White, which patients we are doing it for. So here adding the John Dewey for the date 16th for the slot 10 to 10:30. This is already been selected. Clicking on the book appointments option, it will book the appointment under this particular calendar, and that should be displayed under that in the Open Dental operatory which we selected for Dr. Daniel. Now let's check it in the pending option. It should be displayed in our dashboard. So we are back to our dashboard. Okay, so instead of the dashboard, we are supposed to go to the Open Dental UI, wherein we need to check the appointment which we just added for the 16 for John Dewey. Okay, so it's been synced here and displayed. And now let's check the patient for Hill Lily. Okay, so it's also been added here. So here the syncing process for our second wave from GHL to open dental has also been done. Now let's create the new patient and appointment from the open dental so that we can check the regular sync. So in the first way sync from the open dental to GHL, we have the two-way syncings. So in that first it will be the initial sync, which we just already tested, which will take all the appointments, providers and the patient added or created from and when we select the modules, while we select the date, which we selected 24th of Jan. So that all has been already synced, which we just seen. Now we will add a single patient and a single appointment, and that should also be synced, which will check our regular sync. So let's add the patient. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So our new patient has already been added. Ian, right? Now adding the new appointment. Let's add it on the 30th for the Olivia. We will add the appointment for the Mac. Okay, let's have for Adam Sophie. Right, selecting the particular, clicking on the save. So this has already been the appointment has also already been created, and we have also added one patient. And as our service will run in the background, which we have already scheduled and it's running automatically, it will sync this appointment and patient to GHL. Coming back to the GHL, and let's check that if our appointment and the patient has been synced or not. Okay, Sophie Adams, yes, the appointment has been synced here. Let's check in the calendar view for the 30th. Olivia. Calendar. Okay, Sophie Adams. Yeah, it's been created. Now let's check the patient, Ian. Okay, the Ian Mackey also has been added. So here the two-way syncing has been successfully completed for both the flows. Thank you.